Welcome to the Rebel Love Show. We are a once-a-week broadcast from Manchester, New Hampshire, where we are pro-pot, pro-gun, and pro-coffee. You can find all of our content at rebelloveshow.com. I am Rob Mathias.
And I am the Rebel Mistress.
And you guys can also Skype in if you get a chance during the airtime here at Rebel Love Show, Skype username, and go watch us live at rebelloveshow.com/live.
I'm looking forward to getting like our first weird Skype. So if you can be that person.
How weird do you want the first Skype to? Well, we've had other Skypes call us in the past, but like, what do you mean by a first weird Skype?
So like, okay, for instance,
that's asking for it though.
When I was doing Anarchics, Ellen Ball was here, and even though Rob explained to her 1,000 times how to set up her show to stream live from YouTube, she still forgot. So she was too embarrassed to ask. So I was showing her how to set it up. And once we got it set up, she was sharing the link, but she was sharing like the link to add people.
Yeah.
And so she shared it in the LRN chat. And then all of a sudden I look up and me and Ellen are just talking away. Like, I'm like, okay, when you get ready to broadcast, press live. And then I look over and I just see this like bald guy just like staring intently with the biggest smile on his face, and I'm wearing just a bra. So
and they're bent over the table too, looking at the computer.
And I'm like, Ellen, who the fuck is that? Like, who is on this like computer monitor right now? She's like, I don't know.
This is why I'm the producer. This is why. I mean, you're a great assistant to the producer.
Oh, thank you.
All right. But this is why I'm the producer.
But she didn't ask. She didn't ask how. She just did it. Hey, and then there was just some guy sitting there. I don't know if he was jerking off or what, but just like some just random dude just watching me in my bra.
Well, that is
the table.
That is a perk for being in the LRN chat. Every once in a while, someone here in the studio might somehow, I don't know, throw the wrong link into the chat room, and all of a sudden you're seeing a bunch of cleavage by
cleavage.
Yeah.
Who knows what you get?
You never know in this studio.
Yeah, who knows? Be careful. But I guess when I say weird, I don't know. I like some like bald dude, jerking off under the table. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know.
Well, they can Skype in. They can put the video and we can put it on the green screen.
Or a major troll. Like I want a major troll to just Skype in and just be like, I love Trump. I don't know. Trolls are awesome.
Well, I know you're a big fan of trolls. You don't do much trolling yourself.
I don't troll. I'm not a fan of trolls. I like the world to see how ignorant people can be.
Yeah, you have a very anti-attacking troll thing. You kind of just let the trolls be.
Yeah, let the trolls because let the trolls troll because people need to see like this is what people are really thinking and they're saying it and it's horrible and people need to know stuff like that exists because that's why people are like, oh, Trump would never win. These people are exactly why.
It sickens me when people say they're a Trump supporter. I'm like,
but they're genuine.
What the fuck is wrong with you? There's genuine Trump supporters. There's Trump supporters in the porcupine community, which pisses me off by all means.
Well, we're gonna get into politics more. But first, how's your week been? Your weekend? I feel like you had a lot of days off. So
I've had a lot of days off. I had Sunday off. Thank God. I was intoxicated most of it.
Did you do any activism? I don't think drinking with Cody O'Connor counts.
Did I do activism? Let me see here. Talk some radio shop. We created some stuff for the show. I don't know. That's not really activism. It's just like a hobby. No, I didn't do any activism.
Well, you did show stuff. So
I guess that counts for activism if I say it does, right?
I don't know if that's how it works. I think maybe we have to like send it up to the president of the FSP, and then she has to like I don't know.
I don't need to go to a ruler. I can just say whatever I want. I don't need permission slips.
Well, I didn't do any activism. I did go to a bridal show, which I won.
I know.
I won a major award. It was a bridal show up in Keene. And I found the perfect wedding dress, and I won a gift certificate to the shop where my wedding dress was just waiting with my measurements on it, just coincidentally, and it was great.
It's quite the coincidence.
It was great. So I found my perfect wedding dress, and I'm gonna be a boss ass bitch this Pork Fest.
We're getting married at Pork Fest, kids. Thursday, be there.
Everyone's invited except for like 5 people. But anyway, so yeah, I went to the bridal show. And then I came home and Rob was wasted with Cody O'Connor because Cody O'Connor came out
from off the air live all the way down
live.
from Portland. He needs to get his ass down to Manch.
Did he do a show that night?
No, we did a show Saturday night.
Okay.
Remember, you're bitching at me to go to a party.
But he was on the NR Chicks on Friday.
Yes, that episode was fantastic. His episode, that was a train wreck, and I was trying to keep it up, but even now I was tired. I was like,
you should have left and came and party with me.
I know.
So this weekend we also went to a party, a Muggle party. So Rob has told me,
you label these as Muggle parties and like porcupine parties. Like there's a difference.
There's a difference. Rob has told me not to say Muggle because people
that's derogatory. You can't
offensive.
call Muggles Muggles.
Well,
that's not how it works.
It's for everyone who's listening, a Muggle is someone that I refer to as a non-liberty oriented person, and I feel like the major difference is like Muggles have they have boundaries because they still believe in authority. Like they're still like, oh, like what if the cops? And I don't know. They're just
not
like
that free loving. They're not free spirits.
Yeah, some of them really can be free spirits. And
true. No, there's definitely unique ones out there that you can reckon.
Exactly.
You can, relate to.
Those unique people, I feel like. I mean, I feel like it's not. You don't have to go down some magical Ron Paul rabbit hole to get the concepts of freedom. I definitely don't because I didn't. It was more philosophical for me.
And it was more me too.
Yeah, and Rob, but whatever. But the difference is when it's like an extremely Muggle party, I'm just gonna be honest here, it's like the amount of drug use is significantly different. And it changes what kind of party it is. So this party was really fun. We were invited by a fellow libertarian, but we didn't know any of the people there. And Rob wanted to do podcasting.
I love doing it. I love doing live radio. It's not every day that Cody O'Connor is down here recording in the studio. So when he asked me to be on, I'm like, yeah, I'll be on.
But I wanted
fucking studio anyways. Of course I'll be on.
Yeah, but I wanted to go to this party, so I went with a few of our other friends, and it was nice. I mean, everyone's just like listening, like dancing, like it's a mosh pit. They had a piñata filled with like
what if these people are gonna listen and be all pissed off that you're calling them Muggles?
Who cares? Anyway, back to my story. They had nips and like weed, and I thought that was great. Which me and Daniel had a piñata, but it had kratom in it. But it was just
I don't care for whatsoever. I don't know why people do it. It doesn't do anything.
When I drank alcohol with it, it was okay.
Okay.
I don't think that's how
not
you're
a drug
supposed
I care
to take
to ever
it.
do again. It didn't do nothing.
But anyway, so my point is, so at this party, everyone's just sitting around, kind of like everyone's really nice, but their communication isn't like real. Like if you sit around at a libertarian like party, you're gonna start talking to people about freedom. You're gonna start talking about your journey through life. When you sit around at like a Muggle party, it's all like nice shoes, which nice shoes are good. I like to compliment people's outfit, but like it never goes past like that superficial level. Like no matter how drunk you get with the person or how high you get with the person, it's always like the superficial level that I recognize. And I feel like some of our friends who we've met outside of the liberty movement, if we hang out with them, like, and they want to ask us questions, like they want to know why we believe what we believe. Because like you said, they're unique.
Mm-hmm.
And when you explain the concepts of freedom and what we think a free society is, it's not a bad thing. And it was not hard for anyone to grasp. But sometimes I do have to admit, like going to Muggle parties, I don't have to work. I don't want to talk sometimes. Sometimes I just want to focus on getting totally wrecked.
Yo, no, I hear you. I mean, if I want to party, I want to party. I just don't want to like, have a drink and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even like a lot of drinking. On top of that,
another thing, that was my thing with parties is you got to have some good dance music. You just can't have or chill music, not just a bunch of metal.
True.
Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market, making it just a free, great place to live.
It's
the
world's
all
largest
pumpkin at the bottom.
interest.
They still have pumpkin?
I know. I'm like a 15-year-old white girl. I love fucking pumpkin coffee, and they still have pumpkin.
You know, you don't call me pumpkin anymore.
Well, you know, honestly, baby, you haven't made me use that safe word in a long time.
Not the safe word.
And let's demonstrate the power
Well,
of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
Instead of just listening, you can also watch. See the Liberty Radio Network's key New Hampshire-based live shows via our studio cam at cam.lrn.fm. Plus, you'll still be able to listen to the Liberty Radio Network via the cam feed in high quality 24/7, even when there's no live show being produced in our Keene studio. But wait, there's more. Our chat room is built into the cam page so you can interact with other listeners online. Listen, watch, and chat, all free at cam.lrn.fm. That's cam.lrn.fm.
Do you know the difference between
picture.
erudite
Oh, yeah.
and pedant? If you do, you're probably pedantic. But seriously, a surprising number of erudite people mispronounce erudite, which has 3 syllables, not 4. Say erudite, not erudite. Because you are judged by how you speak, you want to avoid common misstatements, especially if you're a job seeker. For instance, do you know the difference between imply and infer? Only a speaker can imply, only a listener can infer. And when you say you'll be out of pocket, do you mean out of touch? Out of pocket means you're on your own dime, not yet reimbursed. And if anyone ever asks, why do you always answer a question with a question?
Yeah, I'm glad.
You should reply,
you
"Do
never
I
give me
do
credit
that?"
about how.
Just kidding. From survivalspeech.com, I'm Holland Buck.
It's usually
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1, let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2, buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3, give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. Likely buy all kinds of things online.
what's going on
Amazon
in
is
the
the
chat.
largest online
It's
retailer.
getting
You can
kinda,
get what you need at the same great prices, and LRN gets a cut. Please
kinda
do
deep
your
in
online
there.
shopping at shop.lrn.fm.
I haven't
When
been
I
paying
found the Free
attention.
State Project, I knew it was the key to achieving liberty in my lifetime. It's awesome to be surrounded by like-minded, freedom-loving activists who've moved here to New Hampshire. From politics to civil disobedience, we have it all. Where I came from, it felt that no matter what I did, liberty was dying. Perhaps you feel the same way? Call 888-377-2515 now to learn more about the Free State Project. That's 888-377-2515 or visit freestateproject.org.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at lrn.fm.
Want me to bring it back? And welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. I'm the Rebel Mistress. I'm here with Rob Mathias.
What up, kids?
As we mentioned before, if you'd like to Skype in, we can talk about whatever you want. Whatever, seriously. Unless it just gets too weird. But in that case, I'll hang up on you. Username on Skype is Rebel Love Show, right?
Yes, Rebel Love Show.
Rebel Love
on
Show.
Skype. Hit us up.
Hit us up. Before we went, we were just discussing our weekends. And I think one of the best parts of my weekend, I love experimentation with different substances.
Wait, what did you experiment with?
I feel like we experimented with MDMA in more of a casual situation than a party situation.
Okay, yeah, we didn't dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all chilling.
Well,
hanging out, talking.
we didn't dance. And it was casual, and I felt like different. Though like it was the same feeling almost. Though I still can't see how people just like roll constantly. Like, you know, the people who are just like constantly rolling.
That like desensitize you to like.
Well,
rolling.
they just do it all the time. Like they're rolling 24/7.
I get why they do it because it's amazing sensation.
Really?
Oh
You
yeah,
want to feel like that 24 hours a day? That's just gluttonous.
I know.
That's
That's the
just
thing. I
gluttonous.
appreciate the time, the short amount of time I'm rolling. I appreciate the feel of that, but I can understand why it's addictive.
I don't know. I don't feel
I've
like
only
that's...
done it a handful of times, so it's not like I'm doing it like every weekend or every day.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm just talking in general about like the feeling of like Molly. I just feel like it's a good feeling, yes, but it's kind of like how people would describe maybe something like skydiving as a good feeling. Like, yeah, it gave me like this adrenaline rush, and I was so pumped up, and like that feeling was awesome. Yeah, sure, but I don't want to jump off a fucking plane every day. That's for sure. You know, so like I don't know. I feel that way about like MDMA and Molly and even acid and especially shrooms. Oh my god. Like, yeah, all these things.
No, I don't know how people do like every day of shrooms. Like that's intense. That's crazy.
Then they just go crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's way too much.
People do MDMA every day, and I see them, and then they're always just like shaking, like.
Yeah, you know someone is. You
and then
know there's like, something up when they're like dancing around.
Their lips are like always dry.
They want to talk. Like they're doing this, or they're moving their hands around.
Yeah, they're kind of twitching.
They're dancing without music.
But like,
you got an issue. You got a problem when you're dancing without music.
Yes, and this is every time I see like these certain people, like you see that. And people will be like, yeah, I'm just like on a constant roll. Like I love it so much. Like some people dedicate their lives to that shit. But I don't know. For me, it's just I don't know.
Yeah, it's not.
I what?
I was gonna say, can you like overdose like doing it too much? How bad will you fuck up your body on MDMA? I don't even know. I need to
pretty bad
on that.
It's like taking ice cream scoops out of your brain.
Yeah.
After a long period of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Everything's good in moderation. The moment you start being gluttonous on anything, it's not really a good thing.
No. Yeah, everything's good in moderation. I feel like I've read like the statistics on MDMA on the show before and like what it can do to you. But honestly, every once in a while, I feel like you're not gonna die, especially if it's good shit. But every single day, I'm sure they're not gonna live very long. And these people, they do MDMA all the time, but when they can't get it, what else do you think they're doing?
I will say,
Crack,
I felt
heroin.
as if later on that night we definitely had a good a heart-to-heart connection because of MDMA.
Oh yeah, we're just so open with all your feelings,
like how we feel for each other. What everything like going into detail about what gets us upset, like our appreciation for each other. Like,
yeah,
it definitely. I thought it was a good building thing for our relationship.
And you just you wake up anew. Except I just woke up super thirsty. But
see, I'm on the other side. I woke up at like 3 a.m. that night and I could not go back to sleep. I was up for like the rest of the night.
Yeah, but you took a nap. Like when I was like on my peak, you were like, I'm just going to bed. And then I was like, okay, I guess they're going to bed. And then we went to sleep and you went to sleep and I never saw you again.
Yeah, sorry. It happens sometimes, babe.
But yeah, I feel like it's great. Doing that, and even if we're going something a little lighter like dabs, because I feel like I haven't done that in a long time. And you talk about how you're afraid of it because you fear you're gonna do it too much.
Yeah, no. Here's my thing with dabs. All right, I love dabs, I really do. My problem is I love smoking pot. I love being high, but that's just too much. It's too intense. Literally taking 1 extra second of inhaling can knock me on my ass for hours, and not in a good way. It's where like, all right, I don't want to be this high anymore. Please help me, and I can't do anything about it.
Well, maybe you just felt the way because the last time you took it, you were supposed to go to work.
No, the last time I took it, the last time I took it was actually fine. I actually limited myself on how much I'm taking.
Oh, no, I mean the time
before that. Yeah, the time before that, it was way too much. But no, I don't like how it's uncontrollable, where it's just that much. On top of that, I equate dabs to espresso. So like coffee, normal coffee is very much like pot. Like I consider pot coffee at this point. It's just like something you do, something you have. Dabs, on the other hand, is like having multiple shots of espresso and just espresso, and needing that much caffeine just to keep like a high, you know.
Yeah.
So like I'm getting to the point now, because I drink so much coffee and so much espresso, my body is intolerant to it. Has built up such a tolerance that coffee is like drinking water.
You know what?
It doesn't affect me much. So when I'm smoking pot, I don't want to be at the point where pot does nothing whatsoever. And the only way I can get high is if I'm taking like literally a wax of pot and a dab, and then taking a fucking blowtorch and trying, you know, with a rig. Like, I don't want to be that guy. That's the only way I can get high.
I mean,
that's my fear.
I feel like I do want to be that guy.
You want to be that guy? That's the only way you can get high, is with a blowtorch and wax.
I don't give a shit. I want a dab rig. But as to your statement about coffee, here, listen to this.
Okay.
I feel like when we first met back before, you know, I was the co-host of the Rebel Love Show, and I'd like to ask, I think I've been the best co-host of the Rebel Love Show so far.
Oh yeah, you've been the best co-host. Period. Well, I don't consider you, babe. I don't consider you a co-host. You are one of the hosts.
Yeah, but that's what co-host means. One of the hosts.
There's a host. The
other
host. It's not the Rebel Love Show. It's Rob and Ann. It's.
Anywho, I feel like when you first started and we were at our old apartment.
You mean when you made it, when you're still going through the casting couch?
When I was still going through the casting couch. Fuck your casting couch.
I know, you got rid of it. I hated that.
Anywho, I gave it away for free. So when I was making it past the casting couch, I felt like we used to drink coffee all the time. I remember we got a French press. At one point, we had 2 French presses, and every like hour on the hour, we were drinking coffee. And now I feel like we don't drink as much coffee. Well, maybe you do, but I feel like I don't drink as much. I just get the espresso, so I don't need as much. Like, I know if I get my 1 espresso a day, I don't need to have like 6 cups of coffee. And I feel like I equate that with the dab rig. Like, you know, we smoke so much because we have such a high tolerance. If we start doing dabs, maybe we won't smoke as much, but we do the dab rig, and then we get, you know, high, and then you don't have to like keep smoking pot. So I don't know. 2 sides to every story, baby. 2 sides. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about Liberty Forum, which we're looking forward to. We'll tell you more when we come back.
I love our commercial. I'm Rob Mathias, host of the Rebel Love Show.
And I'm his and your Rebel Mistress. We're the sexiest podcast coming straight out of Manchester, New Hampshire.
Not as sexy as you, my Rebel Mistress. Oh, maybe not.
Topics include sex,
drugs,
anarchy, and is he nigger?
I have no idea.
Polyamory, hippie stoner, and all fun podcasts.
We broadcast every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on LRN.FM and rebelloveshow.com. Oh, I didn't put the chat. I left that. Damn it.
Subscribe to our YouTube
channel. Show notes up for a while.
Subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher. And join the Rebel Love crew by liking our Facebook page at The Rebel Love Show.
We're just trying to spread the love
of a liberated world.
Yes.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
George, you can go this way. You can do that and you have to leave here.
Derek J needs to make a new documentary. He's overdue.
Whoa. Hey, who do you think, excuse me?
There is no video, audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today. This is you ain't gonna wait a minute.
The other road.
Whoa. Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable! Because you scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people.
I know who nigger is.
Who's nigger?
Andrew Corcus.
Probably.
No, it's him. I know.
How do you know?
I know because he spelled Jesus with a Z.
That's how he does it. That's how he rolls.
I know it's you. Admit it.
Juice, providing a full serving of fruit in every 4 ounces. Visit us at juicyjuice.com. When it comes to nutrition, kids need both fruits and
he always
vegetables
says you
every
need
day to
this.
stay
It's
healthy
crazy.
and grow. For the ideal mix, your kid should have at least 1.5 cups of any veggie or 100% veggie juice, and 1 cup of any fruit or 100% fruit juice a day. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network
I'm gonna
delivered
go
in the way you prefer? You can
Hey,
sign
just
up
bring
for
me a
our
whole,
email updates at
thing.
updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
This is a national health care alert from the Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You could qualify for a pain-relieving knee brace at
What?
little or
He
no
said it's
cost
not
to
Andrew.
you. Get
Guess
free
again.
delivery, and all the paperwork
He said
is
that?
handled by
Yeah.
our accredited suppliers at no
Guess
charge to you.
again.
Oh,
If you're
awesome,
on
Mr. Jessica.
Medicare and have knee pain, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving knee brace.
Give us a
at little
clue.
or no
Yeah, I
cost.
need a clue.
Agents are standing by 24/7 to help you. We also
Something
have
only the Rebel Mistress would know.
Something only I would know.
ankle or back. You may be eligible to get these items and more at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Our friendly representatives are standing by now to help you, so please call now. 800-301-2963.
Hey, what do you want to play during the long break?
I thought you wanted to play that.
Oh no, I was gonna play that on the next break. Just like when we started talking about it, I was gonna play it during the break, like afterwards.
You can sign up to receive
So in the next break, I'll go
You're a
play it
liar.
during that break.
email updates at
Then tell me who you are.
updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
Liberty Forum 2016 is coming up on February 18th through the 21st here in Manch, Vegas. It is hosted by the Free State Project. If you're curious at all about the Free State Project, you've been listening to LRN for years or anything like that, and you want to meet some people that already live in here, get your ass to Liberty Forum. The keynote.
The move will be triggered.
Oh, first off, the move will be triggered by Liberty Forum, which is that alone means it's going to be a huge party there, just because the move is already going to be triggered.
Right now, it's at 96%. And it needs like something like 608.
608. Well, as of us making this show, who knows? We may have been already 20 signers since then.
Oh yeah, probably.
But right now, the Free State Project only needs 608 signers to trigger the move.
So if you haven't signed, and you're thinking about moving, you might possibly want to move. Get on it.
Sign. And on top of that, you only got 600 some left, 608 until you can't be a Free Stater anymore.
Yeah, or Rob will judge you.
I will judge you if you moved after, if you like found this, or
if you move
decided
after
to move and not sign,
you are not chosen.
If you move and you don't sign, you're not a Free Stater. I'm sorry.
Not a Free Stater.
I'll hold that to them. There's only 20,000 Free Staters. It's like Bitcoin. It's a finite amount. You just can't have as many as you want.
Visit the Free State Project and go sign the intent to move so we can get it up there. And that way Liberty Forum will be the biggest celebration. Like all these Liberty minds coming together in one place to talk about like liberty, and we're making history right now. So this one's gonna be epic. It's only my second one. Rob, this is like your third one.
Yeah, this is my third Liberty Forum. The first Liberty Forum I went to was actually down in Nashua. When I went to that one, I had only been here for like 3 weeks. No, I think 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. I was not here that long before Liberty Forum.
Was the one in Nashua better than Manchester?
Parts of it were, parts of it weren't. But in general, for the most part,
that is so like vague. Parts of it were, parts of it weren't. I wasn't here. What was the part? You wore the same outfit the first day at both.
Did I?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
But I know this because your Tinder picture was you at Liberty Forum, and I was scrolling through your pictures, and I seen you at Liberty Forum, and I was like, oh, he looks interesting.
Well, how? No. How did you know that profile picture on Tinder was from Liberty Forum?
Because you told me.
I told you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you told me. Or
I don't remember.
I'm the Fed.
I mean, no. You could have easily. I was just wanting to see if you like went back on like my timeline over a year ago to find pictures.
No, you
from
remember?
that.
Remember, you wouldn't add me as a friend. I mean, remember? No.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I know. Yes,
he wouldn't add me as a friend.
That was
he's an
look.
asshole.
No,
But
that's because I was doing
anywho-
poly wrong at the time.
Anywho.
That's why I didn't add you.
He wouldn't
I have
add
not
me as a
made my-
friend, but later I did Facebook stalk you, and I seen that was Liberty Forum, and I seen Carlos speaking in the same spot, so I recognized the backdrop. And then when you wore the outfit again this year, I was like, "That's your Liberty Forum outfit." But I haven't heard anything about the one in Nashua except that it wasn't as good as the one in Manchester. So I don't know.
The funniest moment was there was a it's on YouTube. Garrett Ian filmed this. There was a moment of silence and a ceremony for all the ducks that some state rep, I forgot at the time, drove around drunk through Nashua, and at the hotel there's all these ducks in front, and killed a bunch of ducks driving drunk. Yeah, and there was like an organized like 20-person moment of silence / ceremony to like show respect to all the fucking ducks that died. It's on YouTube by Garrett Ian.
Is it on YouTube of him killing them?
No, but there's a huge controversy with that. So during that controversy, the state rep, like I think, resigned. The chief of police didn't arrest him originally. Like the police of Nashua didn't arrest him for drunk driving. And there's a whole, I believe the chief of police actually had to step down because of it. So there was actually a lot of like news around it. But it was just a funny moment.
Well, that's good. I don't know about the one in Nashua. I mean, I feel like this one was definitely better. It was my first one, and I got to meet so many people. I met Patrick of Liberty.me there, and Marty, his beautiful wife, and their little awesome kid, Archer. And I don't know, it was just great. I was drunk all day. I did one show, the Seditious Sirens there. And I listened to your talks. You did a lot of shows.
I did way too much.
Yeah, we're not doing
not this
that
year.
many
No. I'm taking it easy this year.
Yeah,
I learned my lesson.
And I mean, we had a nice crowd show up, and I love if you guys could come out this year to watch Flaming Freedom as well.
Yeah,
as the
so if
Rebel
you
Love
didn't
Show.
have a reason to buy tickets to Liberty Forum, now you do, because both the Rebel Love Show is going to be recording at Liberty Forum. Also, Flaming Freedom is going to be recording at Liberty Forum. And also, if you're a fan of LRN, Anarchic's going to be there as well. So definitely get your tickets.
It's my show is the Rebel Love Show is Saturday 2 to 4. The schedule is coming out soon, and Flaming Freedom is going to be 3 to 5. I'm gonna try to get booze if I can, but no promises. But I'll definitely have naked ladies in leather. So
Naked ladies in leather.
naked ladies in leather. So
that's
you might
hot.
want to just come out for that. Do we have a
I'm
Skype
down.
guest calling in?
We do. Hello. And they hung up.
And they're gone.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Well, thanks for calling for the 2 seconds.
Nice.
That was cool.
Can I count that as my weird one?
Yeah, sure. That's a weird one.
What are we talking about at Liberty Forum? Because I've advertised Flaming Freedom with naked dominatrixes. So we gotta have something good, babe.
What do you want? I'm down. Can we just borrow them?
Can we borrow
Can
them?
we borrow the dominatrix for
show?
Rebel? Yeah.
How about
At least for a segment. I mean, come on. I want a bunch of femdoms all over the place.
What if we had our DJ friend just come in there and DJ? And
DJ
that
the
would be
whole
the
time?
Rebel O Show.
There's a dance party.
Yeah.
And rolling an MDMA and have like laser lights everywhere.
No. What is wrong with you? Everything can't be a dance party with laser lights.
I understand.
And MDMA.
Well, you're the one bringing up having a DJ at our show during Liberty Forum.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that'd be fun. People could dance.
Maybe during the breaks you can like DJ for like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
I don't know.
Be radio first. I would imagine.
We'll
for,
probably
like,
just
for Liberty Radio.
We'll probably just be talking shit. But we'll have some special guests. We'll see who we can rally
Well, I mean,
up.
one thing I love about Liberty Forum, and if you were able to watch last year and come to it, We actually recorded 3 episodes, which was way too much last year. But like we had multiple guests. I know Ian and Rich Paul were on at one point. Davi Barker was on. Jeffrey Tucker was on. Cody and was on from Hotel. We had a bunch of different guests.
That was the first time I met Cody.
That's right. You know what? The first time I met Cody was actually the Liberty Forum in Nashua. That was the first time I met him.
Oh, we're gonna try to take our caller again. Hello, caller.
Hello. Hello, Morgan. And I hang up. All right.
Oh, okay. Like
my bad, and hang up again. All right. Etiquette 101, kids. If you're gonna Skype in, just don't hang up, because
say something.
You know, I have it turned
here.
down, so when I bring it up, I'm gonna be talking to you. Just don't hang up. Hang on there for a second.
What were you saying about last year?
Oh no, the first time I met Cody was at the first Liberty Forum I went to.
Oh, was he still the bright-eyed little girl that we know now?
Oh my God, no, he was not. He was nowhere near the person that he is today. Nowhere near. Wow. Like the time before, like he's evolved tenfold from where he used to be.
That's cute.
Yeah,
I think Cody should move here. If you met him 3 years ago in Nashua, and he was in Portland, he needs to move his ass down here. And has he signed?
He actually did sign. He signed the intent to move literally like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So he actually can be a free stater now.
When we come back, I'll tell you about the comedy skit that's going on at Liberty Forum. That should be awesome.
Another reason to buy a ticket, kids. They just keep calling.
She's typing.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement, and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty.
Hello.
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 We can hear you typing.
We can hear you. All right.
Okay. Well, please don't call back anymore. Sorry. If your internet's not working, just don't call.
Yeah. Oh, let me play that. Let me find it.
Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc.
Oh, what happened to it? Oh, there it is.
As in Creative Commons.
This is your Robertson Roberts Brokerage Daily Precious Metals Update. In early trading Tuesday, gold is $4 lower at $1,086 per ounce. Silver is 8 cents higher at $14.10 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $385 US. Robertson Roberts has been helping people invest in precious metals.
Welcome back to Living Made Easy. I'm
in that 1433 shit.
We have a very special.
This is definitely fucking Andrew.
Mr. Tony Stark.
I think so.
There's Andrew Corkin.
Thank you so much. Tell us about the products you brought to share with our studio audience.
We got gifts right here. This is
Just
right
another
here.
troll. Like he's trying hard to say it's not him.
Inside this dynamite stick, it's like a pin. You know what I mean? Take
Would you
that
buy
gift,
this, babe?
And off you go. And
The
from
goot.
walking, you're gonna start skipping.
When did I say I was black? Not black. I know who you are.
Babe, would you buy this?
This shit gonna fuck you up.
A medicinal effect. So
Wait,
if I'm
watch this
running errands
commercial.
one afternoon, I find myself in a bit of a lull.
Oh, we got flavors for that. We got this shit right. This is my best shit. This right here is me. This is me. This is my thoughts.
This
Right?
is
This is
great.
pineapple coconut.
Pineapple coconut.
Pineapple coconut.
That's a great
This for the
combo.
ladies, for the bitches out there. You know what I mean? Little rats running around. Want to hear something? Good.
And I see also you have a mango vanilla.
Vanilla
This is
mango,
actually
one
from
man
The
can fix right
Verge.
here.
This is
You
on
know
The
what I mean?
Verge
You got,
right
you
now.
got strawberry. You got this green joint.
So
right
I
here.
found it fascinating.
You
They
don't
were
gotta really
talking
roll
about like
up. You gotta
Wu-Tang Clan coming out with
I mean, this
their own
right
dab
here
rig.
is
This is nice.
You know,
You
we
buy
this
this?
right here is
Yeah.
about to kick the
This is
blood's
fucking
ass forward.
innovative. This is what we need to see in everyday
Something
television.
that I keep in mind with my family is we shop organic, you know, berries, quinoa, kale.
Oh,
Do you now?
Quinoa kale rocks.
No chemicals, straight from the earth. You know, because we got this master scientist that we came across. You know
Nice.
what I mean, from a speakeasy. He really does his thing in oils. You know what I mean? This our man, real scientists. Ain't no bullshit.
What's with the green thumbs?
Focus.
Absolutely.
Babe, that is nature.
This is right here, shit.
I will give you a little power to your pump, right?
You're gonna stay focused. Let me tell you something. You put some Luther on, you hit this shit, put some Luther on Kelly on, your day is good.
Oh.
I'm trying to tell you. And listen, what I think right now, I think that I think you should try this shit.
Right now?
Yeah. Listen, yeah, well, I had two of these joints under here. Well, you got your stashed already. Let me find out.
Well, I don't want to share.
Yeah, let me find out.
All right, I'll bring that down.
Informants, agents provocateur, narcs.
It actually gets to the point where there's a music video for it too.
Are you reading this?
No, I'm not paying attention.
It says, It said, Rob exclusively fucks Ann with a penis. She can be polyamorous with women, though. And Rob can fuck other women. What if she gets pregnant? ? She wants to get pregnant with Rob's baby. But Rob is delaying this. I was... And welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. I am the Rebel Mistress. I'm here with Rob Mathias. And this chat is cracking me up tonight. They sent Rob Mathias here some pregnancy porn. And then they also said pro Trump.
Is it hot pregnancy porn?
I don't know, babe. I didn't click on it.
It's on YouTube, so why am I gonna? That's not gonna be porn on YouTube.
You will watch pregnancy porn?
She's hot.
Okay, so let me tell you something about Rob since we're talking about pregnancy porn. Today he asked me if I could fist his penis hole.
No,
And
I did not ask you to fist my penis hole. That is a web of lies.
And I was like, sweetheart, I don't know. I feel like that's asking for a lot there.
No, you brought up the idea of you said there's this thing called penis fisting. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you brought that up.
No, I said penis fisting, and you said that doesn't exist. And then you started Googling it and bringing up pictures.
Apparently, your finger in there is a thing. I didn't know that was even a kink. I had no idea. I've never seen that.
Did you really not?
Yes,
know?
I've never literally have seen that.
Well, we'll see if you like it tonight.
Oh, I thought I'd be on MDMA or something like that. But there's no way I can do that fucking sober. That looks way too fucking painful.
Well,
way too painful.
Anyway, thanks for the pregnancy porn. And if you want to send Rob some penis fisting porn,
Please,
he will
please don't
definitely
send me-
appreciate it.
Please don't. Please don't.
So speaking of that, I'm gonna be in a comedy skit at Liberty Forum.
That is the reason to go to Liberty Forum. I'm excited about it.
Well,
I got to see a little test nugget of the improv the other day. Practice improv.
Yeah, we had a little improv show. What did you think of that?
It got really good. I love the part where you and Andre were acting as if you had to improv as if you're tax collectors. That was hilarious.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
like you're like SWAT members that were tax collectors.
Yeah,
and,
it was
talking as if you were them.
And improv is like all you make it up on the spot. And I'm really good with just bullshitting. I think there were a lot of good scenes. There was a scene where someone had to get in the car. And remember, this is libertarian stuff, so anything goes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that just makes it even worse, I guess. But basically, I think my favorite part was we were basically had a scene and there was a sign that said "Don't walk," and the sign's a bureaucrat and it takes its job really seriously. And then I don't know, it just spun out of control. And at one point, the sign was on the floor, and we were about to shank the sign, and it was just hilarious. And this comedy skit is going to be just as fun. No shanking of signs, but there's a lot of fun stuff going on. Ellen Ball's going to be in it with me. Who else is there?
Is Andre going to be in it?
No, Andre has his own thing going on. There'll be an award show. So he wasn't really available, John and Andrea, and I think maybe just a few other people.
I've never seen Ellen do stand-up comedy or anything.
She's great.
I've never seen her do it. I'm excited.
Each one of us actually wrote our own skit that we wanted to do. So I'm writing a battle rap skit about different geographical locations in the Free State Project that you can move to. Ellen's
that God is so fucking niche hardcore,
Yeah.
but yet like it will make sense hearing it.
Yeah, it's funny. And then there is a skit about the new Silk Road. And that one's actually really funny. And then there's a skit about scavengers. So you just gotta come to liberate
with the scavengers.
the scavengers. So you
Like
just
ska music.
you just gotta come to Liberty Farm and find out. And it's all written by all of us, and it's gonna be great. So besides that, which I've been working really hard on, so I feel like the other thing I'm looking forward to is Edward Snowden.
Yes, Edward Snowden's going to be the keynote speaker at Liberty Forum. Now, mind you, he's not going to be actually literally in at the Radisson in Manchester, but it's via Skype. But nonetheless, it is Edward Snowden, the enemy of the state #1 to the federal government. It will be speaking at Liberty Forum. So, though I would love to see, and this won't happen, though it could happen at Liberty Forum, maybe. But if he takes questions, if he does take questions,
He took questions at International Students for Liberty.
I would love to see people ask Edward Snowden questions on liberty, on his statist views, because he's definitely a statist. Like, he still believes in the fact that the federal government should exist.
But does that make him a statist? He still believes they should be checked.
Say that again?
Like, does that make him a statist?
Oh, he has statist views. Like, he definitely believes the federal government should exist. There's other programs that he thinks should exist. He just wants to bring it to light and show that they're overreaching. But he's not against the idea of them reaching. He just thinks they're overreaching. I don't even think they should be able to reach. Like, I don't think the federal government should be able to do anything.
Like, the federal government ran him out of his home.
He's not an anarchist. Edward Snowden is not an anarchist. I would love to have someone at Liberty Forum ask him hardcore questions about government.
I don't see how he could not be an anarchist.
Try and find like a lot of he always talks in the using the word we. He's still he's a pro-government guy. I mean,
but
he has a lot of
is he endorsing
freedoms
like presidential candidates or something? Like, what do you like? Give me like examples, because I feel like even the fact that he was willing to stand up against them, go down for it, and
I'm not
just
saying
like
the man's not a hero. He is.
But
He's definitely a
this
hero.
is my thing. I'm like, how can you do all that and still, believe in the state? Like, the state who thinks that they're just like the owners of not only, it's the country, but the owner of everywhere, the world. And he's like, oh, that's fine. Like, I think there should still be a state.
Yes, he still thinks there should be a state.
But can you throw out some examples?
He wants to restore the republic. He wants to get the power out, but he doesn't want to get rid of it. He's not that far down.
So how does he think we'll get the power out?
How?
Yeah, how? Those who have power will not give it up easily. They never have, and they never will. He got out the information, and guess where he is now? Like, doing
he
Skype
seems to be living fine though in Russia. He just can't leave Russia. But I know, he seems to be doing fine there.
Yes, but that's even status to say. Like, he's a human. He should be able to go wherever he wants, and he shouldn't be confined to Russia.
Yeah, I understand that, but we're not even free to go wherever we want unless we pay for our permissions left to go somewhere.
I know, which is why I don't believe in the state.
Neither do I.
Okay, then why does Edward Snowden?
Why does most people believe in the state? They have Stockholm syndrome. I don't know. They still believe that human beings need to be controlled or ruled for some reason. I know he doesn't have Stockholm syndrome.
Like, he can't possibly. I mean, I wouldn't want to come back until I seen like this government destroyed or just like collapse. But I'm looking forward. I was very inspired by Edward Snowden's speech at International Students for Liberty. I didn't see any status undertones. My favorite part of his speech was how he talked about that this isn't about him, and people don't need to focus on him as a person. They need to focus on what the government is doing and what's wrong with that. And I thought that was very inspirational, because a lot of people do just want to focus on the person. But if you're really going to focus on individualism, you need to think about like the kind of hold the state has on you. And he exposed that. And I don't see.
You know what? Another
how he's
reason.
not
Here's another reason why you should never vote for Rand Paul. Rand Paul thought that Edward Snowden should have been arrested for disclosing the information that he disclosed. That he should be kidnapped and put into a cage cell, all because he told the American people, the world, every human being, what these people are doing. That they're really spying on every single thing you do. Everything, like everything. Every piece of technology on the planet, the NSA can track, can monitor, can record everything.
And it's not just you and me because we live in the United States. It's everybody. Like
browser history, metadata, like everything.
Yeah. And on everybody in the entire world, like that they could possibly have grasp on. And I feel like that's evil. Like when I saw that, I'm just like, that's evil. Like, how can someone believe in this institution that feels like it has claim to be in everyone's personal business in the entire world?
Rand Paul believes that. Rand Paul was
an anarchist.
Rand Paul does not think that that is socially acceptable for someone in the NSA to disclose information on what the government's doing. You know, it's completely unconstitutional.
We got a call coming in. We're gonna try to take it. Hello, caller. Well, you gotta wait until we come back.
Every once in a while.
You want me to put this on the screen?
Hi, caller. Who is this?
This is one such time.
Hello.
Up to and beyond 25% on all purchases at Amazon.
Hello.
Heard of Bitcoin and just not thought much about it.
Hello. Can you hear us, caller?
But now you can get a 25% discount on nearly everything you need to live. I've just given you a huge raise, and all you have to do is.
What was that noise?
You go to saveitpurse.com.
Okay, you got 5 seconds to talk.
Don't wait. Then you fund the account.
Oh, looks like we lost you.
Unbelievable, but at my house, we saved as much as 45%
So weird.
of a new item on Amazon. This information is worth you changing the way.
Was that your weird enough caller, babe?
That was pretty weird.
All right. Good.
I think
I know
I'm settled.
you asked for it.
I
Do
think
you want
I'm
more?
good.
Do you want
No,
more? Or
no,
is that good enough?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm glad my weird caller challenge inspired some people. Definitely. But I'm good.
If you want to move to the
Free states, and you're looking for some real estate.
I love my Gordon.
I think we've all had enough of that jingle, don't you? If you're going to invest in property in New Hampshire, it just makes sense to support a liberty-friendly realtor. Call Mark Warden of Team Porcupine Real Estate for investment property or rentals in the Free State, or visit his website. Come on, you know it.
Gesundheit. Salud.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet.
Was it you,
Just
Noble?
visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5
See,
stars,
this seems like a
then share the
legit
link
one.
on your social media, and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
More Rebel Love Show is next, live
I'm gonna
after
put
the
some
news,
music on.
here on the Liberty
We don't listen
Radio
to you.
Network at LRN.FM.
Ooh, can I pick?
Yeah.
From Keene, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of
I'm just gonna go to YouTube.
This is Daryl W. Perry, host
Go ahead and
of
type.
MPP Radio News for Tuesday, January 19th, 2016. Silver's trading at
Oh, hold on a second.
$34 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,090 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $385. Antiwar.com reports
what?
Saudi warplanes on Monday attacked and destroyed a police station in the Yemeni capital city of Sana'a, killing at least 26 people and wounding at least 15
What's that video we
others.
watched
The
when we were
tolls are
rolling?
expected to rise, with locals saying
I have no idea. Oh, this.
No, it wasn't that.
No?
No.
I have no idea.
on the identities of the victims, but the indications are that the overwhelming majority of the slain were Yemeni police, with a handful of other members of the Shiite Houthi faction that rules the city also present. Saudi Arabia attacked Yemen last March, attempting to reinstall the former Hadi government in power and expel the Shiites. Over that period, there has been a massive civilian death toll from Saudi airstrikes, which have been pounding residential areas across the nation. In recent weeks, the airstrikes have been heavily concentrated against Sana'a, as previously.
Each week, we follow the boss of a major organization as they go undercover to find out what's really going on in their company. This is Undercover Boss, Star Killer Base. Kylo Ren is the commander of the First Order, a massive regime dedicated to wiping out the galactic resistance. This week, Kylo is going undercover among Star Killer Base personnel as Matt, a radar technician.
You get so caught up in restoring the galaxy to its rightful state that you miss what's going on behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to having some real talk with some real folks.
We've put hidden cameras in an employee common area, and no one has any idea that Matt is their boss, Kylo Ren.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a radar technician. You guys like working here? You know, work is work. Yeah, totally. What do you guys think of Kylo Ren? Do you guys believe when he says that he's going to finish what Darth Vader started?
What exactly has he started?
You know, I will say this for Kylo. I think he gets a bad rap. What? Yeah. He's trying to accomplish something that's never been done in the history of the galaxy. You know? Ridiculous. Rule everything? That's impressive. I admire the guy.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So remove this.
Does that look like the calcinator? What's wrong with you? Why it's so hard for you to understand?
I don't know, but can you please stop yelling at me? You're starting to stress me out. I have a newfound respect for what my employees do.
Okay, now can we rewire it, please? So I can go have my muffin.
Let me take this.
I haven't had my muffin yet, Matt.
It's not as easy as I presumed.
What up, Matt?
Hey, you kicked my wrench! Jerk face. Have you guys seen Kylo Ren's lightsaber?
Yeah, man, nothing weird looking.
No, it's not. It's awesome. Here, let me go see if I can find it. I'll show it to you. Look, I found Kylo Ren's lightsaber. Look at it up close.
That thing looks dangerous, man. What he made, what kid made it.
You don't have to look at it anymore.
I'm 90% sure Matt is Kylo Ren. Yeah, this has actually been a rough year for my family. We lost our son back in April. He was in the Stormtrooper program, and we're getting by.
Wow, man. Sorry about that. Must be hard. Hearing that Zach lost his son really struck a nerve with me. Especially since I'm the one that killed him. Hey, ran into Kylo Ren in the bathroom. He told me to give you this.
After the rain comes the rainbow. Sorry, I killed your son.
This means something to me now. A buddy of mine saw Kylo Ren take his shirt off in the shower, and he said that Kylo Ren had an 8-pack. But Kylo Ren was shredded.
What? Your friend's a liar, man. Kylo Ren is a punk bitch. That guy looks like he weighs 30 pounds soaking wet underneath that little black dress.
Tim! Oh no, he's choking on food. I see what's in your mind. It is stupid.
Dude, Matt straight up sucks.
I have a bombshell announcement to make, guys. I'm not Matt. I'm...
All right, coming back soon, babe.
That would cure sufferers of their homosexuality and make gayness.
That was awesome. That was really cool.
Told reporters that funding from the walk would go into providing new state-of-the-art gayness treatment equipment, along with remodeling the hospital's physical therapy center, which has spent nearly 14 years reteaching gay men how to walk properly.
Oh God, I was a goner. But as you can see, I'm now happily married to a woman. And as of next month, I will have been in full remission for 2 whole years. I'm just so very, very happy. Everything's really good in my life.
This is the Onion News Network.
My turn. And welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. We're getting some Skype calls. Yay! Everyone feel free to call in. Our Skype handle is Rebel Love Show. So we got Alex on the line. Hi, Alex.
Alex.
Hey, so I was calling it, or I've been listening to the show for the first time, and I'm really curious about this polyamory stuff because I don't quite understand the appeal to it, especially as a guy.
Well, what do you not? What do you mean you don't get the appeal? Or is it a fear of your woman or man sleeping with somebody else?
Oh, and first of all, if you're listening to the LRN chat, explain what polyamory is. Like whatever they were saying is not the truth.
Yeah, that's not really how polyamory.
Yeah.
Well, like, I mean, it doesn't seem like I said, I just don't understand it. I guess I feel like I don't know. I guess it's almost an instinctive thing to like not have my woman go fuck other guys, right?
It's not so much that. Like, for us, it's more so. This is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. All right. However, like I want her to be happy. If another person can also make her happy, I want her to be happy. If another person can make me happy, she wants me to be happy. It's almost as if, it's not being jealous of that person being with another human being. It's more so if there's anything that I can do to make her even happier, then I'm going to be I'm going to be for it.
I mean, I feel like you're speaking in more possessive terms than we would. Like you said, for instance, like my girl go fuck other guys. So that's where it's different because I'm not his girl. I'm myself. I belong to me.
Hello?
He belongs to him. And so, he's still his own person, even though we're in a relationship. So that's where it kind of, if I want to go and have a relationship, because it's not all just fucking, I don't just go outside and say, hey, want to fuck me? Sure. Like, no, that's definitely not what happens. If I want to go build a relationship with someone and, that leads to that kind of intimacy, then great. That's, that's just something else. If he wants to do the same thing, I'm supportive to him. It's not just him seeing other women or me seeing other women. Like I can see men as well.
Yeah, but I mean, to a degree, like the whole point of having a relationship is sort of that exclusivity to a degree, right? Like, it really, like if I'm having a relationship with a woman, eventually I want to get, married to her. This is just my thoughts, right? So,
well, we're getting married, by the way.
Well, I understand that, but like, if she's out having relationships with other men, like, what's really the point then, right? She's supposed to be like, we're supposed to have kids and have our life together. Like, why?
I feel like
why can't you still do that?
I feel like we're building a partnership. I feel like we're definitely partners, but I kind of look at relationships in a way of how, you have a relationship with your family, right? And you don't,
and you spend time with them, right?
If you had 2 other sisters, you wouldn't say, I love this sister, but I can't possibly love that sister because, our brains aren't wired that way. That's not naturally how we think. You may have a different relationship. What can I finish?
Yeah.
You may have a different relationship with one sister than you do with the other. So whatever relationships that you're experiencing with another human being, they're always going to be different because everyone's different. But that doesn't devalue our relationship.
Look at it from here's another way of looking at it. For a liberty person, someone who's really into personal freedom. All right. Yeah. Your freedom can't be limited, right? No one can limit the amount of freedom that you have. Just take that same mentality and use it toward love. Like, if you have multiple kids, if you have one kid, you love that kid. If you have another kid or multiple kids, how can you if you have 100% of your love toward that one, that child, how can you love more than one child? Your love can't be limited, just like your freedom can't be limited.
Like,
Well,
I
mean, the main
totally
difference is that there's like it's a different relationship because of the ability to have kids. Really, like it's different because like what happens if she gets pregnant from this other guy? Then it's this weird, awkward, there's a conflict of interest there.
So okay, I mean, I
There's only so
totally
many
understand what you're saying, but I think maybe you're looking at everything maybe in a vacuum, because if I'm getting pregnant and I'm going out to get pregnant, you can trust and believe that it wouldn't be an accident. There are millions of ways not to get pregnant.
Okay,
so we have to
granted,
look
it's
at
not
this
an
with
accident.
reason. We
Well,
have to look at this with reason and logic. If I started seeing another man and I was having sex with him and we wanted to have kids, that would definitely be a conversation I have with Rob, because polyamory isn't about secrets. It isn't about, this closed door. We're an open book.
So there's a conflict there between the two men, right? Like he might not want you to get pregnant, but you and him want to have that.
Well, yeah, we would.
That's just like with any relationship.
Yeah, that's with any
you're gonna have
relationship.
those
We'll talk.
conversations.
Yeah, there's definitely conflict. It's not a utopia, but we would definitely have a conversation. Because our feelings still apply. Just because it's multiple relationships, that doesn't discount someone else's feelings. So there could be a conflict. Yes, definitely. Conflict can happen, but it's all about communication.
Well, so who wins out? Do you just have a preference for one man over the other, and you say, okay, well,
you're speaking in this. You're speaking in this hypothetical situation. It would definitely depend on the person. I don't know about this imaginary man that I'm having a baby with. That that would take a lot for me to trust someone enough to have a baby with them. We're humans. We don't just meet someone and say, "Hey, you know what? I want to have their baby."
You're also kind of talking
about it from my hypothetical of me doing it, right?
What you're also kind of talking about is if you can only choose one. Like, you don't have to choose just one. You can have multiple relationships going at the same time and have love for both those people. You can love them equally.
So she would have kids with both of them. Well, like how?
In this situation, I feel like it's all about your relationship. If you're having a relationship with someone, you need to tell them how you're feeling. You need to tell them your emotions about how you feel. Like if that's jealousy, if that's not wanting them to have a baby with someone else, all that stuff would need to come out beforehand. I don't think it would be a choice where, she'd have to choose, because with polyamory, it's not like that. It's not like I'm choosing. It's like I'm being responsible with the decisions I make, and I'm discussing them with both partners. Polyamory is all about communication.
Another thing too is I highly doubt a woman in that scenario. If you're gonna have kids, odds are you're gonna have kids with like your primary partner, or if you're like in some sort of triad or like even like a tribe or something like that. Like that's a conversation to have closer in. I can't imagine to that extent. I'm sure that is the case in some scenarios, and you can pull that off. But that's adding a lot to the plate as it is, because just like with any relationships take a lot of work. And throwing kids on two relationships is a lot. So I can't imagine, me personally, I would never do that. I would definitely have kids for sure, but it's going to be in like one centered location.
I mean, I definitely want kids, and I would love if we had a mixed family. I definitely want, like, if Rob had kids, I want a farm full of kids. So if he had kids with another woman that he felt like
I'd love to have a tribe.
That he loved and trusted enough and wanted to do that with her, then that would be great. But honestly, the possibilities of that happening are like almost slim to none. So just because we're talking about things in like this imaginary world, like this hypothetical world, I've never heard of an instance in polyamory, and I know a lot of polyamorous people where that was the issue. If anything's the issue, it's about lack of time and that kind of thing. You want to feel special to whoever you're with, even if that's with multiple people. And if being with someone else makes you feel less special, then polyamory is not for you.
And on top of that, one thing I love about polyamory is it makes you want to work harder on your relationship, because anyone in this relationships, they're free to go. You don't own that other person. You're not being possessive of them. They can do what they choose to be with you. They voluntarily are dedicating time to be with you. And that makes that relationship even more powerful because, you know, it's almost like, I hate to say it, but sometimes it's almost like a competition in the market, you know, and you're going to be with the persons that you want to be with. But that definitely helps fuel every relationship that I've been in so far being poly, because I appreciate the time and effort that other person is putting in for me.
Well, I hope we answered all your questions. Sorry if we cut you off there.
But we're coming to the break. You can hang out, we can talk during the break, but we're going to the break.
Are you
Yo, hello.
Hey, man.
Thanks for the call, dude. That was a great call.
It's all right. I just like I've been listening to this, and like I know you guys were talking about the chat. Like you got to understand, like people kind of have a emotional reaction to like what you guys are talking about, just because it like triggers some people's like disgust reflex, right? So they're gonna call you like degenerate and whatnot.
Well, I know people.
You think we don't care?
We don't care. Look, if we cared what people thought, we wouldn't even be on the radio.
I like being called degenerate. Like that's great.
Yeah, but
we're gonna live our lives how we want. We're not telling anyone to live their lives as us. So, you know, if you're interested, you're interested. If you're not, you're not. Don't listen.
Now, I used to actually be very anti-poly for a long time. Actually, for a couple months after I moved here, I was still anti-poly because there's actually a surprisingly large poly community, not just in New Hampshire, but also it overlaps with porcupines.
Yeah, because it's all about being evolved.
I don't know. I just have a sort of emotional like thing, right? Like I'm more than willing to not have sex with other women if it means that she doesn't have sex with other guys. Like
that's a compromise, or that's an agreement within the relationship. I mean, like for us, like we have things, we have not rules, but guidelines. Like for us, we have 100% disclosure, honesty, everything like that. You know, if there's another partner involved or not, you know, another human being involved, we, you know, it's talked about, it's told about. There's no surprises. And if there is a surprise, then that's wrong. That shouldn't happen.
But for the record, I'm not just like, you know, fucking people. And if someone loves you, they're not gonna just go out and just be fucking people. I mean, you got to just find someone with some kind of decency.
Well, like, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just, I don't know. I just never really thought about it. Like, it basically, it's always been the idea that, like, okay, if she goes and fucks other guys, and I'm like, well, I'm done with you, bitch. You know, that's when it's kicked off. Like, that's when it's.
Well, yeah,
done.
I definitely believe in monogamy, just not for me.
I mean,
yeah, like you know, we're not ones to say that this is lifestyles for everyone.
Guy. Like,
what do you mean you're an aggressive guy?
Like I'm pretty aggressive. Like, I don't know if I could. Like you're talking about the competition and stuff. Like I don't know the degree to which, like I could deal with that well.
Well, I mean, for me, like I get what you're saying because you probably have a lot of jealousy and you would be really upset if that happened.
Yeah,
that's a huge barrier for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's definitely a huge barrier that a lot of people can't really get over. But at the same time,
it's not for everyone.
If you're a peaceful person, you're not gonna, you know. Here's the thing: if you know your other partner's gonna do this and you don't agree with it, you don't be with that person. You're not a match.
Yeah, that's basically it. You got to find someone who that's how they think.
That's true. All right, guys.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
Bye.
Great call, dude.
I might call in some other time.
Definitely. Feel free.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Okay, call that other guy.
Max 2, school bites. Maximus scavenged through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover
he went
when
away.
school bites? Look for Survivor
Well,
Max
type
on
to him
Facebook,
that you can
read
call back
reviews
in.
on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
No.
I'm not
If you
calling.
enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your
Well, he
favorite
asked if he
shows
could
via
kick
their
the racist
websites and
person
become
off
an
LRN
amplifier
show.
at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
Well, why don't you want to call him?
And welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. And during last week, you did some activism last week, babe.
I did.
Yeah, you did. You were handing out the gold standard.
Was that last week?
Yeah, that was last week.
I feel like
that was between last episode
ago.
and this episode. That was last
Are
Wednesday.
You sure? Anywho,
maybe it was a couple episodes. I don't know. It's hard to remember.
I don't remember.
But you ran into the one, the only Dave Ridley of the Ridley Report.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. I liked handing out the gold standard. I've actually been thinking that I want to run for a state representative. Would you vote for me?
No.
Would you vote for me?
Fuck no, I wouldn't vote for you, babe. Why the hell would I vote for you?
Good. I would judge you if you voted.
You would judge me if I voted?
Yeah, but anyway, I'm thinking I might run. I think it'd be a great learning opportunity for me. And luckily, this community offers not classes, but meetings, just telling you, what you need to do to become one, and they kind of help you out, and like the campaign trail and all that good stuff. And you only have to be here for 2 years, which will be next year for me. So maybe in the end of my second year, I might be campaigning. So
you would win on either side too.
Do you guys want to know my campaign slogan?
Yeah, what's your campaign slogan?
Don't be a sexist racist.
Don't be a sexist racist.
Vote for Ann.
Vote for Ann. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I think I can get people.
You should just run the campaign of sex, drugs, and anarchy.
You think so?
Oh, that too. Yeah.
No one will vote for me.
What? Who wouldn't vote for you?
I don't know.
Eileen Landry's couldn't win,
and she's pretty hot.
She's hot as hell for an older chick.
She's definitely hot. So now I feel like if she can't win, but I do have one thing that she doesn't have.
What's that?
The race card.
You have the race card?
I have the race card, and I can play it. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
And the young card, race and young.
Race and young.
Yeah, how many young hot black chicks are running for state house in New Hampshire?
None. And I have a degree.
Who knows? Who knows? One day
you could be the first man.
Yeah, hear me out. One day, once the foundation for New Hampshire independence builds up the idea of independence, and once the move is triggered, all these porcupines come in. You make your way through the state house. You start running for the governor. All right, we get enough porks in the state house. They push a bill to have New Hampshire declare for independence. It gets to your desk, and you sign it. And you will be the leader of all of the Shire.
Wow.
That independent New Hampshire.
I don't want that.
You don't want that?
No.
Can't you dream big, babe? If you're gonna run for office, look, if you're gonna run for office, you're thinking long-term goals. You gotta think of this as a chess game. You're gonna be a politico. You're vying for power. That's the whole purpose of being in office, isn't it?
I just want to fire everyone and then myself.
So you're gonna run on firing yourself.
Yeah,
I'm running for state house to get rid of the state house.
To get rid of the state house, I want to go in there and fire everyone and then myself. So help me work towards my goal
first, and then bring us all down.
Okay, yeah, or vote for independence, or just vote against any bills that come up.
So that's one thing I love about porks that do run for office. For the most part, I love, even though I'm not a politico, I don't want to vote for anything. I
want to go inside the belly of the beast and just be an anarchist state rep.
Yeah, no, I hear.
And then everyone just knows
that's badass to me. I'm fine with that. You could probably win on just running on, say, I'm an anarchist, but just have an RRD. You have to have an RRD next to your name. If you don't have an RRD next to your name, you're not going to win.
RRD?
Republican or Democrat.
Oh yeah.
So probably where we're living now, I would assume you have to run as a Democrat in this.
Democrat?
Much of Manchester.
But I'd be running more on the conservative side.
Doesn't matter.
Less government.
That doesn't fucking matter.
What?
Because you run as what you can get elected as.
That's true. That's true.
You don't run on what a party standard or something
this
like
is
that.
why I am so glad that this community offers information about that. I'm gonna go and listen to these former state reps talk about what it means and see if I'm up for the task. And if I am, campaign for me, bitches.
So speaking of, at that state house, swinging it back, you ran into Dave Ridley. He recognized you. He knew who you are. And how did you? You didn't even recognize him, did you? You did. Okay. All right.
No, I ran into Dave Ridley, and I didn't know who he was because I've seen his videos before, but I've just never seen him in person that I can remember. And so he was like filming, and I thought like that it was just super cool because people were talking to him about ambush interviewing. And he was talking about how he couldn't get close to his subjects because then it makes it harder for him to ambush interview people. And I was just like, wow, like that must be intense. Now I want to have him on the show because he just seems like an intense person.
I would love to have Dave Ridley. There's an open invitation for
Dave
Ridley
Ridley.
to
If
be
you're
in the Rebel
listening,
Love studio.
please come on the Rebel Love show and indulge us. I want to know about your journeys.
I want to know why you share my pictures of me not smiling correctly too. I thought that was cute of him. He's my fan. You know,
You
I've
think
never
he's your
actually.
fan?
Oh yeah, he shares all my posts.
Or he's just your troll. He's
Maybe
just like,
both. Trolls are fans. They're just giving you attention.
That's true.
But
Now he's gonna stop watching.
I love
Don't
Dave.
stop watching
No.
Dave Ridley.
I'm
I
kidding
love
with
you.
him. I love Dave Ridley. That guy fucking rocks. He's one of the best activists in the Shire. I love his ambush
I
videos.
feel like
I used to watch Ridley O's for years before I moved.
I feel like I said something really mean to him once on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. Like he was saying something to Renee or about something on Renee's post, and I got really mad and I said something. So I don't know. Like, forgive me, but there are so many like celebritarians in this community. I don't know who's who. Like, and the only thing I know is if you're being rude, I'm gonna tell you about yourself.
Well, at the end of the day, all of them are just humans. But no, Dave Ridley, he is literally the only person left. I had a list of a few people I wanted to meet. I met most of them within the first
Wait,
week.
so you've never met Dave?
I've never met
Oh,
Dave
I
Ridley,
met him before
ever.
you.
I know. That's why I was actually a little bit upset about it. I'm like Dave Ridley has such a characteristic to him too. And we got a caller. Hello. And ended.
Do you want to try to call him back? He
Nah.
called us. Okay, don't be calling and hanging up, people.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Give it a second. I'll hit the on button there. I want to bring you on, but you gotta hold on for a second. Jesus.
Well, I want to meet Edward Snowden in person, and I met Ron Paul already, but I want to meet him again, like on a personal level. Like I want to sit down.
How personal?
I don't know. I want to sit down and have a drink with him and hold his hand. Hello? Okay, Robert.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to sit down, have a drink with him, hold his hand, like tell him he's like the grandfather I never had. Give him a little kiss on the cheek.
Was that? Say that again? That seems kind of kinky. That doesn't seem like a loving thing.
I love him. I'm a fan of his. He's so poetic.
Ron Paul.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite.
He's like the grandfather I never had. You just want to sit on his lap and give him a little peck on the cheek.
The biggest, the most impactful Ron Paul video or a clip of him. He was giving a speech on the Iraq War, and he was giving a speech of like, you know, what if it wasn't Iraq? What if it was Texas and it was the Chinese? And blew it away with it.
Well, more when we come back.
Actually, I kind of want to watch the end of this.
Yeah,
Free
it's
Talk
good.
Live. We've been covering Uber for years on the radio with their ongoing legal cases across the globe.
You're kind of when you know. I knew when you threw me through the soda machine.
Wait, you gotta rewind it a bit.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Just like, no, not that much.
Dude, Matt straight up sucks.
I have a bombshell announcement to make, guys. I'm not Matt. I'm Kylo Ren. You're Kylo Ren.
You know. I knew when you threw me through the soda machine.
I knew from Hi, I'm Matt. We really connected today. I'm promoting you to superior officer.
Thank you, sir.
I had a blast today. I really learned a lot, and people are going to love the new me.
Thanks for watching.
That was cool.
In a dramatic scene last night, a coalition
That was
of the
great.
nation's damaged women staged a drunken, tear-soaked march on the Capitol just after 2 a.m. Jane Carmichael has more. Thank you, Brooke. The damaged women began their protest yesterday afternoon, marching on the National Mall at about 4 p.m., and then marching away furious, saying they were done with Congress once and for all. But then they came back again late last night.
This is what I was talking about.
The late night protest started with tearful apologies, but quickly moved to anger.
Imagine for a moment
Congress pass a bill
that somewhere in the middle of
seen this one?
Texas,
You sent it to me.
there was a large
But you can play it.
foreign military base, say Chinese or Russian. Imagine that thousands of armed foreign troops were constantly patrolling American streets in military vehicles. Imagine they were here under the auspices of keeping us safe, or promoting democracy, or protecting their strategic interests. Imagine that they operated outside of U.S. law, and that the Constitution did not apply to them. Imagine that every now and then they made mistakes or acted on bad information and accidentally killed or terrorized innocent Americans, including women and children, most of the time with little or no repercussions or consequences. Imagine that they set up checkpoints on our soil and routinely searched and ransacked entire neighborhoods of homes. Imagine if Americans were fearful of these foreign troops and overwhelmingly thought America would be better off without their presence. Imagine if some Americans were so angry about them being in Texas that they actually joined together to fight them off in defense of our soil and sovereignty because leadership and government refused or were unable to do so. Imagine that those Americans were labeled terrorists or insurgents for their defensive actions and routinely killed or captured or tortured by the foreign troops on our Their attitude was that if they just killed it,
what if the
resistance would stop, but instead for every American killed, 10 more would take up arms against them, resulting in perpetual bloodshed. Imagine if most of the citizens of the foreign land also wanted these troops to return home. Imagine if they elected a leader who promised to bring them home and put an end to this horror. Imagine if that leader
idea. When you're planning,
I love that video.
Consider Keene. Keene is famous for its civil disobedience and non-cooperation, and there's plenty of political opportunity as well. If you're a regular reader of freekeene.com, you know there's a lot going on in Keene. Keene is the liberty media capital of the world, with television, talk radio,
I didn't even
and
know.
more, all originating here. Though it's more than just activism, with regular social events each week. See what's happening at freekeene.com and get connected with video, audio, free books, a forum, and activist tools you can download and use in your area at freekeene.com. That's freekeene.com.
You can watch the LRN Studio Cam and chat with other listeners anytime at cam.lrn.fm. That's cam.lrn.fm.
I'm bringing it back. And welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. I'm your Rebel Mistress, and before we left, we were kind of just talking about Ron Paul, and we played a little bit of what was the name of that video, babe?
Oh, that's basically the Revolution PAC back in the day during the 2012 election put out a armed Chinese troops in Texas. It was a what if speech that Ron Paul did.
We're getting a call. We're gonna try to accept it, or
Oh no,
maybe
they already
not.
hung up.
They already hung up. Anywho, so I don't know if you wanted to get into the new OkCupid poly feature since we just well, is he calling?
Well,
in?
let's try this. We got a caller. Or not.
Okay, maybe we gotta keep it up. But okay, we're gonna try one more time. Hello?
Hello?
No.
All right.
Okay. So earlier today, I was looking at some stuff on this Facebook group called Poly Geekery. And
It's a great group to go to
Don't
on
tell people
Sundays.
that.
Go there on Sundays for
No.
sexy Sundays.
No.
You'll just be flicking through it for hours.
oh my.
No.
Maybe you
Depends.
will.
No, you'll either be looking at it forever or you'll immediately go to a different Facebook group.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Depends on
So,
who posts.
I feel like it's like an
No, I can't.
unwanted tit pic. An unwanted tit pic. Like I didn't know unwanted
no.
tit pics existed. Try to answer it.
I have multiple times. He just hangs up each time, babe.
Okay.
Nothing to
So I didn't know about unwanted tit pics until someone explained like an unwanted tit pic is like a girl in like Snapchat or something or another who just randomly sends you pictures of her tits, but you didn't ask and you don't want them. So I feel like polygeekery is kind of like that. Like, it's like the girl who you don't want tit pics from, but like 1,000 of them. So if you want to see some unwanted tit pics, it's not all tit. It's like sometimes it's like really, I don't know.
Polygeekery is really, it is a good Facebook group if you're poly-curious or like you have questions about polyamory, because there's so many people in there.
Deep in there. I feel like you have to be like you can't be an amateur in this. Like you have to be like an experienced.
That's true.
Because there is a lot of shit in there.
That's true. Polygeekery is more of like the initiated than
the newbies.
Yeah, that's true. There's other
extreme.
polygroups that aren't. It's kind of like polygeekery is somewhat like porcupine groups in the fact that everyone in these groups are already like they're already there in that mindset.
Just like the super liberated, like anything goes. I'm gonna say, yeah, anything goes type of group.
True. Yeah. So, anyways, let's bring up this subject. It's in CNN. The polyamorous community welcomes OkCupid feature to open relationships. So, like, basically, poly's kind of blown up mainstream, and like multiple dating apps are like incorporating like
poly.
Yeah, including poly and whatnot, and
because it is, and even on Facebook there was a petition to change your relationship status so you can have more than one. So this has been going on for like the past year. I don't just go find that article on CNN. I don't know what
I'll have it in the show notes. But basically, like the app is coming out where like you can link your profiles to your other partner. We got a call coming from the LRN studio here. Hello.
Hey,
Ian.
Hi.
Hey, I got some questions for the Rebel Mistress.
Sure.
Shoot it up.
So I really like the idea that you're going to run for state rep. And I was thinking maybe you should come up to Concord and see what it's like up there. We were actually just up there today. The Keene contingent that goes up on a weekly basis and testifies on various different pieces of legislation. You missed out on the cannabis legalization. That was today. But there's a bunch of stuff that goes on up there. They were looking at regulating like Airbnb and things like that.
Yeah,
and,
I read
it was actually Conan and I were the only two free staters who were there to testify on that matter. So there's a huge need for more people to get up to Concord. Would love to have you join us.
Actually, after I seen your post, I requested to join the NHLA group.
Cool.
On Facebook, just like literally, like today, like when I read your post, I requested to join because I would like to do that, and I went up and I handed out the gold standard last week. So I do want to go out there more.
Right on. Well, one of the big excuses people use is that they have jobs, but you are self-employed.
I am self-employed.
You can work different hours as you please.
Schedule.
Yeah, I can definitely go up there. I mean, it is in Concord, and I don't drive, but if I could arrange something, which 9 times out of 10 I can sometimes. So, I mean, I'd like to come up there. I'd like to learn more and definitely see you guys in action.
Hey, Ian, did you go to the legalization hearing?
I went to the very end of it because I had a bunch of other things I wanted to go to. If I go to the legalization hearing, then I just sit in there and wait for like hours before I get to speak. Whereas during that time, there's a bunch of other stuff going on that we could testify on that no one else goes to. So the legalization hearing was packed full of people, as it always is. So that like they had that covered, but everything else was pretty much uncovered in the entire building.
What was the major thing going on that you wanted to go see besides the legalization?
Honestly, I usually don't even know before I go. I knew that legalization was happening, but we kind of look at the schedule as we're basically driving up there to see, hey, what's happening. And Conan and I saw that they were going to be regulating like Airbnb and these short-term rental stay kind of company slash
for what reason? Why do they want to even regulate?
You testified?
Yeah.
So, okay. So you just go up in there and say why you're against it?
Yeah, I go up and I take the, as much of a pro-liberty position as I possibly can. I mean, we testified on a bunch of stuff today. There was something to repeal the state regulations on hawkers and peddlers. There was allowing voters to vote for multiple candidates for office, which is approval voting. Let's see, also permitting municipalities to have approval voting. Further, they had driver's license ID cards. So real ID was discussed today at the State House as well, the sort of federal identification card program thing. So
New Hampshire's one of the few states that hasn't passed
said no.
Real ID yet.
Do
Plus
you plan
three
what you're
different
gonna?
cannabis legalization bills.
And
They're
one of those bills were not co-sponsored by two porks. So I saw Marcus Sylvia on there for sure.
Yeah, Mike Sylvia's was the one that I went in and testified on. It was at the end of the day. His is actually the best one because it's pretty simple. It actually just legalizes possession of 2 ounces or decrim or repeals prohibition. I'm not sure how to best describe this bill because it doesn't, like most legalization, it doesn't create a bureaucracy. It doesn't create a regulatory agency. It just says
So
if you've got less than 2 ounces, you can't be arrested.
It's not in the best interest of the state if there's no bureaucracy.
Right. Well, and that's probably why it won't sail, but it's a good bill nonetheless. And also it would allow for growing of up to 6 plants per person.
Unfortunately, I highly doubt the Governor Hassan is going to ever sign. Even if that made it past the Senate, she wouldn't probably.
Yeah, probably not. But that's, the point. You keep throwing it.
I'm not saying not do it. I ain't saying not do it. I'm just saying it's a weird state of effects where the Republicans in a state house are pushing for legalization, and the Democrat governor and even the other Democrats in the are going against it. It's like this is like bizarro world normal
New
politics.
Hampshire's a weird place. It's a wonderful place, and you can't jump to conclusions about what somebody is as far as what their beliefs are based on their political party here.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, because I'm going to be an anarchist, but
I'm curious, Rebel Mistress. You wouldn't be the first open anarchist to win either. There was actually one campaign where it was like a Free Stater versus a Free Stater, and somebody sent out some kind of hit piece, basically outing this person as an anarchist, or the one of the two as an anarchist, and the anarchist ended up winning.
Oh, nice.
The election. So I'm curious. You said it's a 2-year requirement to be the state representative here in New Hampshire, but I think that 2 years takes place as of you have to have been there 2 years by the time you're sworn in. So I think you couldn't run if you're going to have been here 2 years by the time of whatever the swearing in is.
She came up in December of 2014.
In 2014, you said?
Yeah, December of 2014.
Yeah, then I think you'd be good to go.
Well, you can help me campaign.
We need a Kickstarter fundraiser for your campaign.
I just need to be Ian Freeman's mouthpiece.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Peace.
Bye.
Since time began, tyrants have
I am
taken aim
turning
at
off
personal liberties.
Skype sounds.
Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to
Mute
put in our
all sounds.
bodies
There we
than
go.
they have to take our guns or tell
All
us what
right.
books we can read.
Wait, who is the fake Ian calling you?
The troll. I don't get the troll is just calling and hanging up.
I feel like they're not doing it on purpose. Maybe it's their service. I think they're like jumping to
laws do so only because
And
it
if you block
provides them
people
with
and they're
cushy
trying to write your
jobs,
message, you can't even
benefits,
see it.
and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics
Don't stop
officer.
blocking
All right, I'll stop.
people.
Okay. But if they
Unless
keep,
they show a dick or
Second Amendment
something.
says you gotta keep
Like, and you
you
can't
and
hear the
your
calls
jack
anymore. So
intact.
just let
when
them
they call with
Just-
video of showing something on screen and then immediately keep calling back and back and back and don't talk, kind of trolly.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon.
And on top of that, with Skype, to be perfectly honest, if they don't have like a normal name or a profile picture, like why would I accept them? Maybe they literally just threw that together. Che Guevara, like of course that's a mock thing.
Uber
Like
or
the-
Lyft driver with excellent ratings?
I'm
If
just
so,
saying.
then you're ready.
And on
to
top of that,
upgrade
there is an
to
FTL
Arcade
Ian in
City.
effect that another Ian's
Arcade
calling
City is a
during Ian being
ride-sharing
on the
app
show.
built
No,
by
it's a troll.
drivers for drivers.
So?
It's more decentralized than Uber and Lyft. With Arcade City,
Like, only thing
you
I
keep
care about
all
is if they're
of what
like,
you earn.
let them,
Sign
if they
up
have
now
something to
drive for
actually
Arcade
say,
City
ask them, do
at
you have something to talk about?
arcade.freetalklive.com.
No? Okay, hang up.
That's
Block 'em.
Arcade.
Well, if they actually talked, I wouldn't mind them
Yeah.
actually saying something on air.
I know, but you didn't even let Ian say anything. You just
Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's post pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click get notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. Facebook.freetalklive.com.
A congressman recently revealed that legislation totaling 2,900 pages and involving more than $1 trillion was available to members of Congress for less than 48 hours to study and consider. That's
Because I never said what I was looking.
Do you think anyone read the entire bill? I'm Jim Babka with Downside.
I didn't get to finish because you took a call, bitch.
Buried in a 3,200-page, $388 billion.
It was the prophet, babe. Peace be upon him.
Yeah, it was the prophet. It didn't matter.
To examine Americans' tax returns. When this horrible provision came to light, no one claimed to know how it got into the bill. One congressman questioned said, "I didn't write it. I didn't approve it. I wasn't even consulted." If your attorney represented you this way, he might be
This is one of our
disbarred.
best
But this is how
non-guest
Congress
episodes.
represents you every day. That's why DownsizeDC.org has created the Read the Bills Act. You can force Congress to read their bills before they pass them at DownsizeDC.org.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website,
Oh,
as
Liberty
well as
thinks
files
is
that
in
will
the
allow you
chat.
to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
And welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. This is the Rebel Mistress, and I'm here with my Rebel lover, Rob Mathias. If you want to Skype us in, it's our last segment, but we'll definitely take it. No trolls, okay? Skype handle is Rebel Love Show. So we're gonna wrap up on a poly note. It was interesting someone called about poly.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I even if it was like an opposition, I like to hear what people are thinking. So anyway, we were talking about OkCupid before, but I do want to mention Leslie Peterson, who's liberty oriented.
I believe she's a free stater. She just hasn't moved yet.
Yeah, she's a free stater, but she hasn't moved. She runs Redefining Relationships, and she is starting a polyamorous dating site. Leslie is going to be on my show at Liberty Forum.
I thought it was a Liberty dating website.
It's a liberty-oriented polyamorous dating website, so it's strictly for polyamorous people.
I thought it was strictly for Liberty people.
No.
The last time I heard her pitch it to me, which was when she was here in November.
Yeah, I just had her on Fleming Freedom.
She must have adjusted it because she was making it about it being for Liberty people. And we got a Skype call.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
So she does Flaming Freedom. She's a rotating co-host. And she was telling us that it has evolved because at first it was just supposed to be like kind of just teaching people like a life coach, but kind of with dating, just teaching people how to, date and, adjust or whatever. And now it's turned into a polyamorous liberty oriented dating site. And she's going to discuss this more during my show at Liberty Forum, which I'm excited about.
Well, I'm definitely excited about that.
She's great. And I hope this works out. Do we have our caller on?
Hello. And that's static. All right.
Okay. Well, so she's starting that site, and she's in this group that I'm talking about. And today I was reading through it before I was telling the story before I was interrupted Polly Geekery, and I was reading this lady's story about or maybe it was a man. He was discussing how it was a woman who
married,
she was
but
receiving
they don't have sex at all.
Can I You just skipped straight to the door. She was reading through this text of a guy asking her about polyamory. So it was kind of like the guy who called, which is why it reminded me of it. And he was just like, I don't understand. And she was saying how she doesn't have sex with her husband, like Rob blew load, but he has a girlfriend and she has a boyfriend. But they don't have sex with each other, but they have sex with other people. But he was just asking, how does it work for them? Like, how is that polyamory? And it was kind of like this guy who called, but it wasn't necessarily like, why are you fucking other people? Is why aren't you fucking each other? So it made me wonder, can you be poly with no sex at all? With each other, but with everyone else, because I don't feel like that's poly. I feel like that's something else.
No. You absolutely can be poly and not have sex with your partner. But why the fuck would you do that? Doesn't make it. Don't be wrong. It's not all about the sex. But you gotta have sex. Like you still have to.
Okay, first of all, they're married. They're primary partners, and I would see if they were asexual. Because as I'm reading this, I'm like, okay, if you're asexual, that means you have no sex drive. You're not interested in sex. Like you're just not interested, but you're interested in like the relationship part of it all. But no, that's not even saying that. Like you're interested in a relationship. You're interested in sex, just not with your husband. And I feel like she never goes into that. And this guy is like super confused about poly now. He's like, I don't get this.
Hey, what I find interesting is the husband, maybe he's the same way. Maybe like we're just hearing it from the wife's perspective. He's still in that relationship. They're still married. They're still together. So maybe it's a mutual thing. Maybe they both really don't want to have sex with each other. She
talked about it as if it was a mutual thing. Like they all live in the house together. Their boyfriends and girlfriends live in the same house, but they don't sleep in the same room. But they're so in love with each other and their husband and wife. And she just keeps talking about this relationship. And sex is an important part of a relationship. If you're not asexual, then you should be having sex.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like if you're in a relationship, don't just.
Can you have no sex with a partner? If you found someone you really liked and she was like, okay, I love you, I love everything about you, but I don't want to have sex with you. I just don't feel like we should have sex. But you have your wife, which is me, so you can just have sex with her.
No, I hear you. And we got a caller. Hello. Hello.
Hi, we can hear you.
You're on the Rebel Love Show.
We heard a little bit there.
All right, you got to talk on there. All right. So, I don't get it. I got zero patience. I got zero fucking patience.
Rob just gives up on people. If I was there, I'd give you a minute, but no,
this is live radio. We only got a couple minutes left. I ain't going to waste 30 seconds waiting for someone to speak into a microphone when you call a radio show.
Well, maybe she fumbled. Jesus, you're so mean. Anywho, so if I can just wrap it up about the poly, I feel like poly, non-poly, if sex ain't happening and you're not asexual, I don't see a reason to be with someone. Sorry.
Can asexual people have polyamorous relationships?
Yeah.
Well, from your definition, it's really hard because the only way that you're going to be in a relationship.
Yeah, they just can't
that's
have.
Me too.
They just can't have a relationship with me. There's someone out there for them, like this woman. I guess.
I wonder if there's like a asexual triad out there somewhere. I would love to hear their story. I would love to hear why they're together.
I'm like really trying to figure it out. Like I'm trying to and I'm really good at putting myself into other people's shoes, but I can't put myself into someone else's shoes and be like, I don't want to have sex with him, but I want to have sex with someone. Like, are you not attracted to this person? Like, if so, then
maybe they feel like more like brothers and sisters, like to each other, to husband and wife, and they want to spend the rest of their lives with each other as family. They just don't want to have sex. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do that. Like that's not a poly out. I mean, I'm all supportive of the relationship. Don't get me wrong. I think everyone should be as free as they possibly can, and be in whatever relationships they choose that is beneficial for their lives. No, I wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's one of the tough poly questions to answer. And I feel like that's why everyone's confused. I feel like there's a lot of people out there, like, even the way she was explaining it to me as an experienced poly vet, I just felt like she didn't really know what she was doing. And kind of a lot of people just blame that on poly because maybe they just have a relationship that doesn't work, but they don't want to get a divorce.
Most monogamous people don't know what the fuck they're doing either. Like, do you think they know what they're doing in these relationships at all? Like, most people don't know what the fuck they're doing.
And that's why a lot of people don't get divorced when they should. And
or
then,
they get married and they shouldn't have got married to begin with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like they got married and they shouldn't have got married to begin with, but then they realized that and stayed with each other and just got other sexual partners and were like, yes, we're polyamorous. So I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, I feel like when you're doing it wrong and that's what's public, then you start looking at it wrong. We're going to take Liberty Phoenix for our last 5 minutes.
Liberty Phoenix.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi. What are you up to?
Awfully statist. Why are you guys sounding so statist?
Whoa, what?
What they can and can't be? Like,
No,
you
they
can be
can.
poly and love and then not have sex with your partner. Absolutely.
Yes, obviously they can. It's just
You could not have
why
sex,
would you want to do that though?
She's not having sex with her partner, but she's having sex with other people, and they've never had sex with each other, and they're married.
Yeah.
But like, what?
See, it would make sense if one of them was asexual. Then that would make sense.
Then it would make sense because they want to have sex, just not with each other. But if you never want to have sex with someone, I just find it hard to build like a relationship that leads to marriage if you don't even want to screw that person.
Because maybe they just enjoy their company.
See?
It happens. You can enjoy someone and not have to be sexually active with them.
But you want to be sexually, I don't know, man. I enjoy you, Phoenix, but I'm not going to get hitched. You know, you're a nice person. We can hang out on weekends, smoke a bong together, whatever you want to do. But that's not like.
No, I hear you. Like, I would not want to do.
I want to have sex with the person I'm intimate with. That's how I look at a relationship.
Yeah, my thing was that the fact that if one of them was asexual makes sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would someone go about even having a relationship?
Liberty Phoenix,
like
would
that,
you date an asexual person? But because we're gonna wrap it up here. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, if they made me feel good about myself and we had this understanding, and yeah, why not?
I think
so. No hand jobs, no blow jobs, no jobs.
No.
Okay, anyway, so Liberty Phoenix joined the Night's Watch over there in Illinois. It was good talking to you. You can find me on the Rebel Mistress on Facebook and us on the rebelloveshow.com.
Make sure you go to rebelloveshow.com, subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher.
Peace
guys.
Why did
Hey, Liberty.
move to the Shire?
Hey guys, you're
Hey.
missing the whole point of intimacy, like the way you're defining intimacy. It's all
Man,
wrong.
I
Intimacy is more than just
understand.
sex.
Intimacy is definitely more than just sex, but ever?
Why not?
Because that's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that.
I would imagine that type of relationship is rather rare, but I don't see why it couldn't exist.
Yeah,
Everything
I
is
mean, it
possible,
does
right?
exist. It exists. This was a real person posting these messages on Poly.
So how
I
is
happen to like that page. That's a good.
No,
page.
it's a good
I'm
poly
excited
group.
to see this app.
To see what?
I said I'm excited to see this app.
What app?
The app that she's bringing out.
Oh, Leslie
Leslie,
Ann?
it's
Yeah.
an app. I thought it was just a website. It's an actual app.
It's going to be an app.
See, originally when she pitched it, it was just for liberty people,
supposed
but now it's apparently only for poly people who are liberty oriented.
Well, it's all poly people, but it's a liberty orange.
So it's poly with a liberty twist.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the drink. Well, Phoenix, I'm about to go to bed. Who's Adele?
No, we're not about to go to bed. We're about to go to the fucking gym.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're doing because we've told her we got that membership. We got a membership a fucking week ago.
We
We've
can
not
go in
gone
the morning.
Exercise.
We're
gonna go tonight.
We
We're
only
gonna go
paid
tomorrow afternoon.
$2 for that membership, so I don't feel like we've definitely abused it.
All right, we'll go tomorrow.
Well,
That
it's good
coffee,
talking to you.
might as well take
Phoenix.
advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for calling, Liberty
All right,
Phoenix.
guys, love you.
Take it easy
Have a
out
good
there.
day.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.
That was a good show.